Hey everybody, it's low carbon keto nutrition specialist Amy Berger bringing you, you know it, keto without the crazy. Before I get into today's topic, just a little notice that the Keto Made Simple Masterclass from Adapt Your Life Academy is opening for our 9th round on May 15th. Enrollment is open May 15th through the 22nd, and I will say 2023 in case somebody finds this video way in the future. Doors open May 15th. We do not start the actual course until the 24th, but it is self-paced. So as soon as you sign up, you can start watching Dr. Westman's video lessons. We have 3 weeks of dedicated support in a private group that starts on May 24th. But if you buy the Keto Made Simple course on the 15th, you can start doing the course on the 15th. Anyway, check out the link below, Keto Made Simple. This is the 9th time we've done it. So we've had a few thousand people come through. The results still blow me away every time. Okay, enough about that. For all the details, just look at the link, and you could search my channel. Because this is the 9th round, I've done a few videos about previous Keto Made Simple releases. So if you want more information, you can go there, or again, just go to the link. Okay. Today's issue is something that has come up with numerous clients lately and in one of the groups that I coach. And it's kind of two separate things that are very closely related. So I will start with the first. Well, I guess because it's first, it's going to be the first that I start with, right? We all know the keto flu, right? There are certain things that happen. You know, you could have some dizziness, headaches, leg cramps, the muscle cramps, trouble sleeping, little changes to your bowel habits. That's kind of to be expected. That's pretty normal. And someone actually pointed out that I have never done a video on the keto flu. So I will do that sometime soon, but I'm going to assume most of you know what that is. Anyway, if you experience a lot of that stuff, you sort of know, oh, this is probably keto. Maybe I need more salt. Maybe I need magnesium. Maybe I've been hitting the MCT oil or the sugar alcohols too hard and I'm getting those loose stools. So those things are very easily fixed. What if, second point there, when you follow a ketogenic diet, it really changes the way you metabolize or process certain things, including medications. So you may have been taking certain prescription drugs for years and years and never had any weird side effects, but now, ever since you've been doing keto, you're having all this stuff, and it's like, what is all this stuff coming from? It could very well be that because your metabolism is so different, your body is processing those medications differently, and you are now experiencing side effects that you never did, even though you've been on this drug for 10 years, 20 years, 5 years. So definitely, if you have some unexplained stuff, look at the side effects of any medications you're taking. I'm amazed at how often I point this out to clients. They'll give them a bunch of paperwork to fill out. They tell me the medications they're on. If it's something I'm not familiar with and I have to look it up, I can sometimes tell them, hey, did you know that the dry mouth is actually a side effect of this drug? Or the low appetite is a side effect of this drug? Or the ringing in your ears, whatever, right? So that's the first thing to explore is maybe if you're on some medications, look at the possibility that you are now experiencing side effects that you were not in the past. The second point there is, or is that the third? This is what happens when I record without enough coffee, people. So the other thing is, take things seriously. Keto is so powerful and so effective for so many things, but it doesn't fix everything. I wish it did. I mean, I am living proof. I've been very honest. I have what I would consider severe depression, but it's compared to others, it's not so severe. And keto doesn't help me. It helps lots and lots of other people with depression. It doesn't help me. It doesn't fix everything for everybody. So if you are having very bothersome issues going on that keto has not fixed, please take that seriously and go to a doctor. Don't keep waiting. Don't expect that it's going to get fixed. Maybe switching from keto to carnivore would help. Maybe there is something you're reacting to. Maybe there is a food that if you did eliminate it, maybe that would help. But I would rather that you stay safe and see a doctor as well. Like, don't assume that it's a dietary problem. Don't assume, well, maybe it's the dairy, maybe it's the spinach, maybe it's this. Or maybe there's something very serious going on that you want to have looked at as soon as possible, right? Don't wait until it's very, very severe when you could have addressed it in a much earlier, phase. So that is something that I think is really important for you to hear. Don't automatically assume that keto is going to make everything better. It's going to make a lot of things better. I mean, hello, like keto is pretty darn amazing, but it doesn't always fix everything. The second thing, so that was like what, 2 or 3 or 4 points, but there was the overarching point of don't ignore these things and don't assume keto is automatically going to fix them. The other second big point I wanted to make in this video when I said they're related is stop downplaying and dismissing and explaining away little nagging, niggling symptoms. And I'm not talking about here things that are debilitating and things that are completely, disabling you. These are not things that are completely interfering with your ability to conduct your business, to go to work, to just go about your life. But they're not that great either. And so it could be just random examples. It could be constipation, hair loss, maybe severe, feeling tired all the time, like more tired than you should be, low mood, just a kind of negative outlook, especially if it's new for you, and if or not if it's new, if it's ongoing, but if you cannot attribute it to anything, like you're not going through a divorce, you didn't lose a job, a loved one didn't just pass away, like there's nothing, well, of course I'm blue, look at what just happened, look at what I'm living with. No, wow, I have a great life, why do I feel so down all the time? Just little things like that. I said constipation, it could even be joint pain or just sort of not feeling your best. I know that's very generic, but don't just, I've had so many clients who say, oh, well, I'm losing hair, but blah, blah, blah. Or, I'm really tired all the time, but I think it's because of blah, blah, blah. Or X, Y, and Z is happening, but, I'm just getting older. Or this, oh, it's because of this. Stop it. Stop doing that. It kills me to see you all dismiss and downplay things that, again, they're not debilitating, but you don't feel your best. Like, okay, you could live with it. Oh, it's, I have this and this and this happening, but it's really not a big deal. Okay, it's not a big deal, but it might be even nicer if they weren't there at all, right? This could be no deal. It could be zero deal. It doesn't have to be not a big deal. It could not be a deal at all if you didn't have these issues, right? And this tends to be more true of women who do this, and it's not exclusive to women. Men do this too, but just socioculturally, women are more conditioned to put themselves last on their priority list, if they even make it onto the list at all. If you're on your priority list, mom, working mom out there, if you're on the list at all, you're way at the bottom. Everyone else has to be fed and watered and cared for first, right? And again, I know this is a little bit of bias here, but socioculturally, I think this is pretty undeniable that we do this. So you have a tendency to downplay. Oh, well, I don't feel so well and I have all these little nagging things, but I think it's because of blah, blah, blah. Okay, maybe it is because of the thing you think it is. Or maybe there's something else going on that is correctable, that is fixable. You all know I'm obsessed with thyroid right now. Well, not right now. It's been a long time. Still working on the book. Book is still in the works. It's taking a long time. We are still working on it. But there's a lot of signs and symptoms of hypothyroidism that people just dismiss. Like, oh, well, I'm cold all the time, but it's because of this. Or, oh, I've lost a ton of hair, but it's because of that. Yeah, maybe it is. Or maybe it's low thyroid, right? Or maybe in women, if you have lost that love and feeling and you have lost the GSD, I follow someone who I adore who calls testosterone the GSD hormone, getting SHIT done. And so, maybe you have low testosterone. Women do need testosterone, and it is possible to be too low. So there's just, and those are just two examples, the thyroid and testosterone. It could be any number of, it could be anemia, for God's sake. Like a normal iron test, a normal hemoglobin test does not always detect iron deficiency. It does not always detect anemia, which could lead to fatigue. It could lead to like low mood, just lots of stuff. So don't downplay this stuff just because it's not that serious. It's fine if it's not that serious, but why have to deal with it at all if you don't have to? If it's something that could be identified and corrected, whether that means you need a hormone, whether you need thyroid medicine, maybe you need testosterone, maybe you need progesterone or whatever, maybe you need an iron infusion, you know? So I just, and I, again, keto doesn't fix everything. So if you have some stuff, some lingering stuff that hasn't cleared up, look into it. You know, don't relegate yourself to feeling less than your best. That's really what this comes down to. Okay, you're not debilitated, but you don't feel great either. You just don't feel your best, and you know you don't. You don't have to just accept that. Look, oh, this is how I am, or, you know, this happened to my mom too, or like, oh, this runs in the family, or again, I'm just getting older. Yeah, maybe, or maybe not. Maybe there's something more that you can do, and why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you want to feel your best? Have the most energy, have the most sex drive, you know, if that's something of concern for you. It's some people don't care. I just see this so often, and it kind of breaks my heart that people sort of just poo-poo these things when, you know, not only is it keeping you from being your best, but it's possible that some of these little small things are indicative of something bigger and more serious. Something that maybe over the long term could cause way more severe and serious problems than you're having right now. And I will give you one example. Again, pulling from the thyroid hat there. Undiagnosed or improperly treated hypothyroidism can lead to cognitive impairment over the long term. Cognitive impairment. This is why anyone with an Alzheimer's issue, you better get a complete thyroid panel, but that's a whole other discussion. You all know I wrote a book about Alzheimer's disease, right? So, you know, or even the iron deficiency, like, okay, maybe you don't feel so great. What is going to be the long-term consequence of that? You know, we need iron to carry oxygen in our blood. What's the long-term consequence of 10 years of your cells not getting enough oxygen? I mean, holy moly. So just listen to your body. Listen to your body. Don't expect keto to fix everything. Keto fixes a whole lot. But if you've already been doing keto for a while, and I mean real keto, like not crazy internet wackadoodle nut job keto, and if you want to learn how to do real keto, do check out the link to the Keto Made Simple Masterclass. I help teach it. Dr. Westman teaches it. Like, what more do you want? So if you've been doing keto for a while and you still have some stuff, look into it. You know, because maybe you don't have to just accept it. Maybe you don't have to relegate yourself to living with it, to making do around all that stuff. All right, I'm repeating myself over and over now, so I'm going to close this one out. But thanks for watching, and I think I will do one on the keto flu sometime soon. And I hope that's helpful. You know, really, like, we all know that keto's amazing. But you might have some other stuff that needs to be addressed some other way other than not eating a whole lot of carbs, right? All right, take care, everybody. See you next time.